Greetings, royal family. I hope y'all doing all right. Y'all good? All right. Let's just jump right into these basketball wives, honey. First of all, okay, I don't even want to waste no time. First of all, let's talk and let's just break down this episode. I am so irritated. I literally just finished watching, and I had no intention on doing this review this quick, but why not? You know. First of all, let's talk about Kristen and Jackie in the nail salon. Kristen and Jackie are going to get pedicures, manicures. Child Jackie putting them hooves up on the salon chair. You know what I mean? Getting ready to get them filed down like Miss Myra from Martin. Anyway, so they're talking about the situation that happened at Shawnee's party. Right? You see I got my Braxton blue, I mean, not even my it was my Braxton blue, but my blue sweater on for these basketball wives. Anyway, so Kristen Jackie, nail salon, okay? They're talking about Shawnee's party. And Jackie says, oh, you know, Shawnee's party was great, don't you think? And Kristen, in her confessional, says, is Jackie crazy? Like, what the F is she talking about? Was she not there at the party? And she's sitting there like just saying that Shawnee is so upset and Shawnee hasn't spoken to anyone in days. Jen walks in because she got to get her nail repaired. And, you know, Jen is saying that she feels that she's a lot more aggressive since the passing of her mother. Her mother passed away 3 years ago, she said. And she feels that she's more aggressive because she's constantly being attacked by these women. And she doesn't want any issues. She doesn't go anywhere confrontational and yada, yada. And Jackie is just like taken aback at the fact that Jennifer is now becoming so confrontational. She told her that, you know, she needs to apologize to Shawnee and, you know, what she did, the way she went about it, yada, yada, was wrong. Listen, when Jackie Christie becomes the voice of reason for 2 seasons now, this is the season before and this one, you know, things are bad. But she's palatable, so, you know, I can dig it. What ticked me off with this scene is why isn't anyone addressing the fact that Kristen was the one that brought this up at Shawnee's party? Kristen, you are acting as though like, oh my God, I don't want to be involved in any of this. If you didn't open your big mouth at Shawnee's party, there would have been no blow up, no explosion. You invited Jen. Okay, let me calm down because I'm yelling. And y'all might be listening in your headphones. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm back. You invited Jen to Shawnee's party after having a conversation with Jen in which Jen was being disrespectful, throwing shade, throwing shots, saying whatever. You invited her. You thought that it was a good idea for Jen to come and have a conversation with Shawnee when she just went through her son having open heart surgery, him recovering, and she threw this banquet to celebrate his, his recovery and his well-being, and to also thank the people that were there for her. Kristen, you invited Jen. Like, why isn't anyone saying anything about this? And you were the one that brought this up at the party. You could have told Shawnee this after the party. Moving along. You see Tammy and OG in like a workout session. OG is talking about she's ready to retire because she's been playing in this football league for about 10 years. First of all, Tammy and that short wig, yes. Tammy, you need to rock short hair more often because that wig made you look so youthful. It was fun. It was simple. It was cute. It showed face because Tammy is a beautiful woman. You know, she has mug. You know what I mean? She serves. So I think shorter hair looks better on Tammy. Tell me if you agree or disagree. I think it makes her a lot more youthful, and it just makes her look like, you know, real like a beauty girl. She looks very, very pretty with short hair. So I did like that. They decided to OG was telling Tammy about what took place at Shawnee's party because, you know, Tammy was in and then she was out. And she said that's exactly why she popped in and popped out like a Pop-Tart, because she doesn't have time. Tammy has things in the works. She's building her brand. She's showing up for a check for the, the minimum minutes required. So, and then she's out. I don't blame her. So she said she's glad that she left. And OG's telling her what happened. They call Malaysia on FaceTime, and Malaysia's home, with the family. And Tammy's just saying, like, how you doing? How's everything? Haven't talked to you in a while. And then OG proceeds to talk about this whole Kristen thing, about how she's Kristen and Cece, and how she's team whatever. What did she say? She's team Cece or whatever she said. And Malaysia just shut her down. Malaysia said there's no need to pick sides. There's no team. OG begins to say, there's a lot of things that haven't come to the surface. Like, you're saying all that to say what? And Tammy's like, look, I had no idea what she's talking about. Like, Tammy is just trying to stay drama free. Good for her, because last season and a couple of seasons prior to that, Tammy, you was given all the drama. So I'm glad to see that she's trying her best to stay out of the drama. But OG, what was all of that for? Like, things and you heard some things, and that's not necessary. That's pretty much counterproductive to what Malaysia is trying to do, which is be the peacemaker in the situation, right? So I guess she needed camera time, so it is what it is. Now, you see Jackie, the scene where Jackie, Shawnee, and Evelyn are on this, like, they're like on a rooftop type tease, and they're ordering drinks. Jackie, she shows up, and they're talking about the situation at the party, and Jackie is trying to be peacemaker. She's really trying to get Evelyn and Jen back together again on speaking terms. She's trying to get Jen to be, apologetic towards Shawnee, which is so weird, but it's good. It's a good look for you, Jackie. So if this is the role that you're going to play this season, keep that same energy all season long. It's really a good look for you. So Jackie's kind of like trying to tell the ladies that, Jen is going through a lot since her mother passed. And I think Evelyn has had enough, because Evelyn says, listen, that's real disrespectful to your mother. Your mother dies, so you just begin to act mean and trying to blame this on the fact that your mom passed away, like basically insinuating that Jen was like this and problematic before her mom passed away. I mean, Evelyn would know, because they've gotten into their rifts throughout the years, and they've been friends for years. So Jackie lets the ladies know, look, I'm having this crystal party. Crystals give off good energy, good vibes. Like, I've invited everyone. I want everyone to come. So yada, yada. So Jackie is really putting her best efforts forward to try to get the ladies, like, all on one accord. All right, fast forward. The scene with Cece, Malaysia, not London, and Kristen. So Malaysia's putting together a little dinner party so that the girls can come together. Now, London is Byron's other daughter, because now we know Byron has Thomas, the son, and London, his daughter, who worked with Cece, according to Kristen, and has grown not fond of her, whatever. So they're all meeting up. They're all saying what they have to say. Kristen's throwing a temper tantrum. She's raising her voice. She's getting ready to leave. Then she sits down. Malaysia says to her, like, look, you started raising your voice first, and then the water works in the tears. To be honest with you, their whole dynamic, their whole issue exhausts me. It's unfortunate, yes, but it exhausts me, and it's being drawn out for camera time in the storyline. We get it. It is what it is. And Cece seems to think that London is taking Kristen's side. It's like, at this point, I don't even know who the heck is telling the truth. You know what I mean? Because Byron, they went back home. Kristen went home to her husband. London was there with her brother. So they were all sitting around talking about what happened with the dinner. And Thomas himself even, he kind of basically said, like, yeah, ever since he got with Cece, his dad got with Cece, it's like a divide. You know what I'm trying to say? And he's not feeling it. He looked a little sad when London was talking. And Kristen made a point to say, like, your dad is mad because I said that he doesn't come to see, our Kenzie. And the son just said, Well, it's true. Thomas said, like, yeah, it's true. So, what's up with that, Byron? If that's true, why you ain't seeing your grandbaby and you live down the street, according to Kristen? All right. So then we see Cece talking to Byron about what transpired at Malaysia's house. And Byron, I'm not feeling you either. I didn't like your approach. They may have chopped and screwed and edited, but he's just like, look, what I had an issue with her when she said that I don't see my granddaughter, if she doesn't want to bring her child, wait a minute, that's your granddaughter. Like, you know what I mean? If she doesn't want to bring her child to come see me, then that's all on her. As far as I'm concerned, if I don't ever see her again, I'm cool with it. Where's all that coming from? So then what was the issue prior to Kristen saying that Byron doesn't come see his granddaughter? What was the issue before that? Like, you got all of this animosity, you got all of this anger. Pick up the phone. You live down the street from each other, according to Kristen, so pick the phone up. And he just has this attitude like he's not kissing nobody's behind, but you're the adult in the situation. And if there's miscommunication with your son and his wife, at least iron out what you need to iron out with your son. And then he made the statement, Thomas is always going to be my son. Yeah, we know that. But what does that mean? Like, what is it that you're trying to say? Like, what's the problem? I don't know. It sounds like there's a deeper issue there that probably they're not going to touch on the show, because this has been going on for like what, two seasons now, and it's like we don't even know the root of the issue. Everybody's blaming Cece, and I don't know. It's not really looking good for you, Cece, because everybody can't be telling the same lie. So I don't know what it is. I don't even think they want to resolve it, because then that would mean less camera time for them. Whatever. Moving along. Oh, Tammy. Oh boy, this is sad. Tammy's daughters were upset at the fact that they weren't aware that their mom and Reggie eloped and got married, and that was quickly resolved. It seemed like they stopped speaking to their mother for a while, and Tammy got a little emotional, saying that, she missed her kids. Lyric is just like, I just want this issue to be resolved. Jazz is like, I'm still mad, but, why didn't you tell us? Or why are you keeping it from the other ladies? So it seems like they got all of that like cleared up. They love Reggie. Reggie loves them. I think Reggie is great for Tammy. I think Tammy is great for Reggie. I'm glad that they did get married. They're very happy. I can understand Tammy was apprehensive before, but she loves him. He loves her. And I totally wish them all the best. And it's not oftentimes that you see blended families come together and it works. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that Tammy's daughters love him, he loves their daughters, and they just seem like it just works. You know what I mean? In spite of the age difference. And it just goes to show that age doesn't really, matter when it's an appropriate age. Okay. Tammy is significantly older than Reggie, but Reggie's in his 30s and Tammy is in her 40s. So yeah, it works. It works. I like it. I'm glad they were able to resolve that issue with Lyric and Jazz, and it's all good. So that's good to see. Now this scene at the Crystal party. Okay. So everybody is there. Evelyn introduces Phoebe, I think her name is, a girl that she knows from Brooklyn. She's real rough around the edges, you know what I mean? But that's okay. Real New York. I love it. I love the accent. So she's moved out to LA so her kids can be closer to their father, who she doesn't really have communication with. Okay, whatever. Everybody can do whatever they want, however they want. She seems like she's going to be a problem if anybody steps to her or says anything, and that'll be interesting to see. Anyway, she brings her to the Crystal party. Prior to that, Evelyn, Shawnee, Kristen, and Phoebe were all drinking right before they were going to the Crystal party. Kristen, Jen calls Kristen. Jen says, this Crystal party, I don't know how to feel. You put Jen on speaker and you're around all the other girls and they're all laughing and you're, Kristen, you is a. Tell me what you guys think about Kristen. That's what I really want you guys to do. Tell me what you think about Kristen. What do you think about Jackie being the peacemaker? I think it's a good look. What's the issue there with Cece and Byron? How did you feel about Byron's reaction, to Cece's meeting with Kristen in London at Malaysia's house? So anyway, be sure to get down in the comments and discuss that. Anyway, they all meet up. Everyone is there. They do a little bit of meditation. You can see Shawnee and Evelyn being silly. I thought that was so funny. They're so goofy. I love it though. And then Jen walks in. So Jackie's like, oh, hey Jen, you missed the meditation part. She sits down. Jackie said, I think this is a good time to hash out all of the issues that you've been having. And speaking of the elephant in the room, Jen, addresses her. So they start talking, right? So Evelyn, dang it, Evelyn, sometimes you really put your foot in your mouth and you really do come across as real evil. And I like Evelyn, but yeah, I was really turned off by what she said. So Evelyn starts talking about the situation that happened when Jen said what she said about Shanice. And Evelyn's just not feeling her. She told her that she's not feeling her. And she could have left it at that, even if she wanted to walk away. But then Evelyn goes on to say, you're going around telling people that this is because of your mother that you're acting like this. And that's disrespectful to your mother. And your mother dies. So you start acting like, whatever, like acting like a jerk or whatever she said. I think that was unnecessary. I think that was totally unnecessary. If you want to say what you have to say, Evelyn, you want to talk about what she did to you or how you felt. They were talking about, Jen said, I practically helped raise Shanice. And Evelyn's like, yes, you're like an aunt to her. And that hurt me to my soul, like for you to say those things about her and you don't want to own up to it. And I think, yes, we can blame it on anger and things like that, but I thought that was a low blow. I really do. And I thought that was unnecessary, Evelyn. You could have said everything that you needed to say and leave Jen's mother totally out of this. Like you totally could have left her out of this. And then no one intervened. No one said anything. They let them hash it out. Then Shawnee just basically says she wants no parts. She doesn't want someone like her, in her space. She said, I wish you well, but, she's good. Basically, she's good. She's good off you, Jen. And Jen was like, okay, that's fine, and Shawnee just said, your attitude stinks. And then Jennifer is like, your attitude stinks. She gets all hyped up and mad. And then, Evelyn walks off. That left a bad taste in my mouth. That really did. You did not have to say nothing about that girl's mother. That girl's mother doesn't have anything to do with you, Evelyn. If Jen wants to bring that up, then she has every right to bring that up, and Jen was saying, have you ever lost a mother? You don't know what it's like. And then her and Evelyn were going back and forth. I just feel like if Jen would have brought up her mother, then that's okay. But for you to bring her mother up, nah, that was unacceptable. You didn't say anything derogatory about her mother or disrespectful about her mother, but in the heat of an argument to say, oh, because your mother died, you act like, whatever. That was uncalled for, totally uncalled for. Evelyn walks off. She slams the door. Jen is sitting there in shambles crying. She just talked about how she has her good days and her bad days. She has her up and down moments and is very emotional and so on and so forth. And she's just saying, you can't tell me how to feel. Have you ever lost a mother? She sat there crying. I thought that Kristen would have been the first person to run over to Jen to give her a hug. But of course not. Of course not. Kristen, we girl, she reminds me of someone that I knew, that I disassociated with, and I'm glad that I did. Yuck. But anyway, the person to give Jen a hug was Shawnee. And Shawnee said, I can't see her sitting there crying on the floor. And she said, I still care. And it just shows compassion, man. You ladies get into arguments about the craziest things. You guys say derogatory things, and it doesn't make it right. And what Jen's behavior is not acceptable, but I get it. You know what I mean? I can't relate to her. I've not lost a parent. You know what I'm saying? And I haven't lost my mother, thank God. And but I understand like that's still hurtful. You get what I'm trying to say? And it doesn't excuse her previous actions. It's not an excuse, but at the end of the day, that's still a human being that obviously is lashing out because she is suffering. You know what I mean? And if I was Jen, I would stop talking to Kristen because we'll see what becomes of that relationship throughout the season. But I just really, Evelyn really pissed me off. She really pissed me off. She ain't have to say nothing about that girl's mother. Nothing. Just leave it alone, you know? And Shawnee giving Jen a hug, I respect that, yo. I really do. It wasn't phony. No one else came to Jen's comfort. And I thought that that was interesting, you know, especially Kristen. You know, it's like everything Jen says, you try to act like you're her friend. You take inventory of what she says, and then you go back and tell the other group of listen, I'm not feeling that. But whatever, Kristen. You better worry about your own situation. But yeah, I thought Shawnee, way to show compassion in the middle of you being at odds with someone or being disrespected by someone, and you're able to like let some of that go and find compassion in your heart for another human being, to give that girl a hug. Y'all don't even have to be friends again, but just to give that girl a hug. I respect you for that, Shawnee. I really do. Not many people would do that. And I'm not saying anyone who wouldn't do that is wrong. Kristen, you wrong because you act like you're Jen's friend. But anyway, but yeah, you know, even Jackie like met up with Jen before the Crystal party, and she was real compassionate with her, and she was like, you know, real encouraging. She said, you know, you can do it. You can do it. I get a genuine feeling from Jackie. Like I said, if this is the character that she wants to play this season, I'm all here for it. But Evelyn, you was dead wrong for bringing up that girl mama. And you better be very careful of the things that you say. And I feel like, yes, you're warranted in how you feel, but you should at least apologize for bringing up that girl mama. If nothing else, you definitely should. You owe her an apology for that. And I understand hitting below the belt when you mad or whatever, and she talked about your kid, which is not right, but talk about her. You understand what I'm saying? Rip her, you know, rip her a new one. Don't talk about that girl mother, and that girl had to bury her mom. You understand? So that's it, Kristen. I don't care for you. I'm really interested in seeing how things turn out with her this season. I'm just not feeling her. I never was. But Royal Family, get down in the comments. If you disagree with me, that's fine. Just make sure you do it respectfully. And let me know what you think of this episode of Basketball Wives. Was Evelyn out of line? What do you think about Jen and Evelyn's friendship? I don't know. Yeah, just whatever. You know what I mean? I look forward to reading your comments. There's so many moving parts to this episode. But I was really taken aback by what... with Kristen, nobody is saying anything about Kristen. Like, that's blowing my mind. Nobody's saying, like, Kristen, you the one that brought it up. Whatever. I see she has her little alliance, and it looks like you may be playing, you know, both sides, Kristen, but good luck with that, because that never lasts for long. So, Royal Family, be sure to like this video, get down in the comments, and sound off respectfully. And until next time, as always, Royal Family, peace.